Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 11, and here we are. We're in the hangar deck of my capital vessel for a reason which I'll explain in a minute. But in this part, what I want to do is get down and explore this moon here, because this is the moon that's got the Zarcosium on it, and what I would like to do is get as much Zarcosium from this as possible, because this is so far the only source I've found in this entire playthrough. Now, before we do that, I want to conduct an experiment based on a comment from Scaslon about flying hover vehicles in space. Now, this could be interesting, but I think it will be a key element of what I was trying to explore in the previous part, and I think that's why I said about it being a possibly expensive experiment, in the sense that I've created a second capital vessel that I don't really need. And the other thing also got from your comments, which I appreciated very much, because you gave me some ideas, is that I'm working on a concept for Alpha 12, which is a mothership that may help me get around some of the CPU restrictions and give me a lot of flexibility. And part of the thinking behind the concept I have in mind is based on the fact that they are now allowing player turrets to be fitted on POIs. I've got a feeling that more and more POIs are going to have shields, especially in Project Eden. I got a feeling there's going to be some pretty evil POIs turning up in the next iteration of that scenario, especially space-based. And that's the reason why I was looking at having two reasonably large CVs. One is going to be effectively a mothership which will never land on the planet. Therefore, the aerodynamic shape is no longer relevant. So it could almost be like a space-going base with all sorts of bits stuck out, which means that will need defenses because of the shielding issue. And what I would like to do is supplement that with you could say a toughened up version of the Wayfarer with some pretty heavy weapons on it, so that we can go head to head with whatever we meet in space. But at the same time, I want to be able to defend the mothership, which comes down to the slightly strange docking exercise there. And one of the things I got away from that is the fact that somehow we've got to come up with a configuration where we can protect the ships that are docked on the outside. So maybe it's going to need a carrier type landing area, but it will be inside of a hangar. So effectively it will have a force field or blocks all around it. And probably the best way to explain it is I've been sketching out ideas and doing experimental builds, but nothing has really come together yet. So it may be a project too far for Alpha 12, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much about that. What we're going to do is the experiment here. And we're going to go and try and fly in space with a hover vehicle. Now, I've got absolutely no idea whether this is going to work, or whether what the references the dev made was for Alpha 12. So this could be interesting. So let's just back out. I'm a little bit twitchy of the fact that it's dropping down. See, we're dropping down. I'm not really getting the control. I don't think we can fly in space. So I've now got my hover tank. No, I think the problem is I can't rise. I can only fly in a single plane. So I can move at 3 meters a second. Oops. What have I done? And I've got no gravity. And so we can fly forward. So I've got no lateral capability. Jetpack on. Yeah, I don't think that has worked particularly that well, because we've only got forward thrust. I've got no lateral thrust. I've got no lift. I mean, they may fix it in Alpha 12 and give a bit more flexibility, but anyway, let's just get to the Wayfarer and see if we can recover this from space. Okay, thrusters on. Tank is out this way somewhere, isn't it? It's taken me a little while to find it, and doesn't seem to be. And what I'm going to do is just try and line up with this. I'm too low. I need to come up a bit. Back. Down. Up. It's going to go up a bit. Towards. Up a bit more. Okay. Right, let's see if that will work. Back on. Lift. Oh. Because I can't. Let's level this off a bit. Right. In. Ooh. That was a fairly interesting experiment in this, but something I don't particularly want to repeat, to be honest. Yeah, I think I can come to the conclusion that the turn the jetpack off. I think I can come to the conclusion that the options for maneuvering the hover vehicle in space are very limited, unless of course they fix it for Alpha 12. Let's just get back to the objective of this mission, which is we're going to go down onto the moon and see what we can shoot up. So the moon is there. What I do need to do is come here. Before we leave, I just want to mark the capital vessel so I can find it. Waypoint. There. And where's the moon? There's the moon we're going to. I'm pretty sure that, yes, that's it. Set Wagoma 1. It's got some big mountains on it, look. Some of them are actually splitting out through the atmosphere. That's awesome. I like that. Welcome back. I'm not exactly too sure what's going on, but as I was approaching the moon, I had quite a major crash, and it wasn't the usual continue, send email. I literally crashed all the way back to the desktop. That's why things look a little bit different. But hopefully we will be able to pick up and go down and explore the moon and see how things are going. I do wonder whether maybe the messing about with the hover vehicle in space caused the problem. Anyway, let's just get through the atmosphere and see what this moon's like. Wow, very red. And what I need to do is find somewhere to land. What have we got here? Well, that's not very good. We're right in the middle of Xerax territory. If I go west, let's just level the ship up. Because what I want to do is actually get out and explore with the Merc and find out what we're up against first. I think finding a landing point here is going to be quite difficult, and I think this comes back to one of the reasons why I'm exploring the options for Alpha 12. By the standards of some CVs, this isn't a particularly big CV, and yet I'd still probably struggle to find a way to actually land with this. That's the reason why I want to have a big CV out in space, and then maybe have a smaller operational one like I've got now. Maybe a little bit smaller, although I do actually like the size of this one. All landing on the planet. Well, we're outside of the Xerox territory now, and it's getting a bit dark as well, which isn't helping matters very much. I mean, this looks pretty flat. We're also near water, because what I wouldn't mind doing is putting out the water generator, because while I've got plenty of like distilled water, what I'm running out is raw water, which you need to make the hydrogen to make the advanced power cells, which is probably the more efficient way of making power cells. So maybe if we can drop down here. Yeah, I mean, it's still not. It looks like there was a big rock there, so that looks a bit more promising. But thrusters off, leave the shields on. For some reason and now the next thing I've got to do is remember where my generator is. I think it's in ships stores. Yes. We'll just 6 or 5 will do. I'm not going to be here that long, so, and hopefully this will work. See, we're still not level, and this is a pretty level, well, reasonably level part of the terrain. Oops, in a little bit deeper than I thought I was going to do, but never mind. Deploy that. We got here. Let's turn the light on so we can actually see what we're doing. What's this? Alien thorns. We've actually got corn on the moon. Interesting. And there's spices here as well. What's this? Wow, those are pretty big. Anyway, I don't want to spend too much time exploring for junk. Let's just get up and get the Merc set up so we can get out and do a bit of exploration. Fire moss scrapings. I'll take the fire moss scrapings. Won't say no to them. Getting up here is going to be interesting. Let's just send that to raw food. And what we're going to need to do is transfer some stuff to the Merc fridge. Go to food. Got emergency rations, but we'll take some pizzas and some there. So only take those. I think we're okay for med kit stuff, and maybe we'll take some of that. Cargo box. The other thing I want to make sure is I have my drill with me. Oh, the drill's in here, isn't it? Got the visor, the drill. Yep. A bit of pentaxid. I think we got enough oxygen and fuel going on with. Actually, what's the ammunition situation like as well? Ammunition 230, bit low on 15mm, but I'm not planning on starting the major war. This is just going to be the initial reconnaissance. Famous last words. Power. It's going to be a very red planet. So the last planet was all, oops, and the last planet was all green, and now this one's going to be all red. It says there's a lot to the west of us, so I think we'll start in that direction. Just turn the light off. I don't think we need it. Have a look at the moon actually. Right, wow. I've landed right on the junction. That's interesting. It actually let me deploy on the junction as well. What we got here? We got 4 zirconium, 4 pentaxid, and 6 estrium. Certainly wouldn't mind getting all that mined out, and the rest is just silicon. And got 6 promethium as well, so I wouldn't mind, maybe the promethium could be useful. Anyway, let's just. We should be crossing the line, if I haven't already crossed it. I think that was the line I've just crossed. Nope, well, right, we're coming up on Xerex there. Actually, we're going into the dark, so I think we're going to go south so that we can stay in the bright light, which is probably a bit too bright now. So we're just going to go fly over the mountains and see what we can find. It says south and southwest. We keep going south and then we can turn west. Actually, let's do a little bit of a duck to the east first and see what that is. Right, we're now in Xerex territory. Let's just get an idea of what we're up against. Right, so southeast. Yeah, wow, there's a lot of Xerex here. Looks like most of the moon is already been taken over by the Xerex. There's something just there. Right, that's a defense tower. Now I don't really want to waste ammunition on defense towers unless there's something that's worth looting beyond it. Okay, silicon, go away. It says there's something to the north. And east now. We'll just keep sculling around here. Right, another defense tower. A lot of defense towers, but I'm not seeing anything that's... Oh. Teleporter marker. Interesting. Another defense tower. That looks a bit like I may have stumbled on the drone base. Yes, we have. Maybe not. Wow. There's swarms of drones here. Okay, let's go northeast or north and see what's to the north of us. And a small promethium deposit. Now, this could be an interesting position to attack from, to take out that drone base. We could do a disturbed Z approach and come in underground on that. We could land far enough away. Well, we'll think about that. Weak signal. Why have I got a weak signal? Why is that shown up so far away? And a survey camp, level 8. Promethium deposit, there's a drone. I can see you. Trouble is, this close to the drone base, that their replacement will show up very quickly. Does this survey camp have any defences? Looks like they got light defences. Wow. That came up from the ground. That means that there's a patrols here. Maybe engaging a survey camp this close. I would like to check it out. You can see the patrol there, highlighted on the edge. I think we're just going to keep going north for the moment. We'll come back for that. If we find another survey camp. Got defences there. Okay, what we walked into now, we've got patrol vessel, someone's shooting at me. What is treatment plant? Wow. Defences there, weak signal. What on earth is a weak signal when it's at home? And of course we've wandered into the darkness. Be curious over why these are showing, or were showing red. They are definitely showing red, aren't they? I'm not. Yeah. So there's a patrol vessel on here. But this weak signal, level 9. What is so special about this weak signal? Not seeing anything here. What on earth is this? Give me a sec. Have a quick look at what it is. Is that it? Oh. Oh. I mean, is this part of some mission or something? 169. Well, we'll take the fuel. And we're... But is it meant to be some kind of... Oh, we got here. Oh, another fuel tank. Well, whatever it is, it's gone now. What I want to do is go west and get back into the daylight. We'll do a high flyover, climbing flyover. A radius base, supply station. We've got a little bit of an enclave here. And 2 waste treatment plants and a lot of drones. Let's just get back into daylight. What's that there? Another Xerax defense. Again, surrounded by a swarm of drones. So this is an Estrum deposit. Oh, let's just get rid of these Yozos. You are starting to annoy me. There's nothing around, so I think we're... Let's give these the guys... There's the entrance there. There's drones lurking around on the a lot of. Okay. F6, there's one. Gotcha. One more still hanging around. Can't see. Oh, there's one. And yes, just right up on the rise. Oops, missed. He's moving forward. Gotcha. F6. somewhere in this red murk are some crashed drones, and soon I've expended ammunition to kill you, I certainly want to loot you. There's one there. Not that we're going to get much from them, because these are small drones. But loot's loot when you're... There's 3 together here. I certainly want the RS Esterum. So we're just going to... that. And we're just going to zoom in here and snag you. Oh God, you showed up quick. Okay, we're gonna because we're still in visual of the drone base, so we're gonna need fire suppression capability to take this area here. So I think at the moment we'll just carry on doing the reconnaissance, see what else is around. I mean, I could take out the drone base. What's that? Defences, survey camp. So there's a lot of good stuff here. Waste treatment plant, survey camp. There's the drone base. So let's just keep exploring. Actually, while I'm at it, Right, it says northwest. Let's see what's to the northwest of us. Right, we found another survey camp. Well, what we got here? Fire rain. Oh, great. Fire rain is going to be interesting. I'm not interested in the drones at the moment. I'm just interested in what's going on around us. Waste treatment plant. Supported by 2 drones. Yep, not interested. I mean, waste treatment plants are interesting, but I don't really want to spend time getting tangled in with those. Found a cobalt deposit. Still haven't found any zirconium there. So we're just going to keep going west for the moment. Let's just check out this teleporter mark. Anything else in this area? There's a drone in here somewhere. I can see him. I think there you are. We can go to 15mm for this one. He's all on his lonesome. Just get in here and... Okay, ground patrols. Now, this is interesting because this is a cutout that gives the impression that there could be more underground trash. Gotcha. Just put down. We just put down here. Just double tap, just to make sure we don't get caught by the troop ship coming in. Oops, overshot. There's their minder. Thank you. Laser ammunition. I need some more of that because I kind of used a bit too much in the last part. This seems to be the control section. Let's just have a look, see here. Troop ship coming in. Okay. Wow. Nice. Oops, there's debris. The whole lot blew up on approach. Yeah. Well, that was more loot. Yes, the golden rule is don't actually try to blow up the core of whatever this was now. I can't remember what it was called. What it was now. Teleporter marker. But it all blows up. You. And what are these things? Let's have a look. Anything special about these? Just, oops. If you get near them, they blow up. Because if we can get some fuel out of them, although there won't be much fuel left now. Well, we'll certainly take the 379. The trick is to take out the center one and then get the fuel from these other ones here. Interesting, very, very interesting. And seeing we're here, we'll just grab a little bit of pentaxid. And I think this is where I'm going to leave it because I've got absolutely no idea how long this video is going to last. And what I'll do is I'll carry on exploring off camera to open up the whole moon just to see what we can find. And I've done a big proportion already, so in theory it shouldn't take that much longer to do a bit more exploring. And I'll open up the whole moon and then we'll decide on what we can go for. I'm a little bit tempted to have a go at the drone base if I can find it, but I'm not exactly sure whether we're going to do that by taking the shields down or using Disturbed Seas approach by going underground. If you've got a preference for which way to do it, feel free to chuck it in the comments. I must admit I've never really done an underground attack like he does, and it could be fun just to give it a go. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.